Hey everybody, it's Mithu Rahman here. Thanks for tuning in once again, and I hope you're all having a good week. And I want to talk to you today briefly about something that would seem pretty obvious, but let me start with a question. I'm not a smoker, but I've observed smokers, and one thing that amuses me, probably shouldn't, but it does. If I'm on a long haul flight and it's coming to an end, you can usually tell the smokers because they're the ones who want to get off first. Probably faster than the ones who've got a connecting flight to catch. And once they get off, you can see them racing down to the end of the terminal, down to the smoking room, so they can do this. Out of the bag, or the pocket, light it up. And that look of relief on their face. It's like a moment of euphoria. And, as we all know, that's the nicotine kicking in, because they've been about 7, 8 hours, maybe 12 hours without a hit, and they're getting pretty desperate at this point. It's understandable. Interestingly, though, even though a lot of us have come across and indeed have treated addicts before, what is interesting is that when they've done studies and they've actually taken the nicotine either halfway or completely out of the equation, so they've created cigarettes without the nicotine drug in it, and then they keep people from smoking for a while and then give them these cigarettes to try and then measure how relaxed they are after that. In fact, they get at least as much of a buzz in many occasions from the lower or zero nicotine medicated cigarettes as a normal cigarette. So how can you explain this? Well, simply from better oxygenation. Because imagine what I did just now, but now imagine without a cigarette. So you see, you realize you're drawing the oxygen in, and you're really pulling it into your lungs. You're really using up your lung capacity. Now, the thing about breathing is that if you don't do it, you die. Yeah, there's nothing controversial about that. No, but the body's pretty good at taking care of the whole breathing thing. We don't really have to think about it. It's one of those things on autopilot. You get on with your day, and it's just doing it in the background. So there's not many people, or not nearly enough people, I think, who are specifically spending time thinking about, well, how do I breathe? I mean, why spend time thinking on something that's already happening? Well, the reason it's important, as people are starting to realize, is that the pattern of breathing has a significant impact on how well you can relax. Now, I'm very big on relaxation. I'm quite big on even levels of meditation and mindfulness throughout the day. And I love the fact that I can get myself to relax at any time and almost immediately just by performing a breathing technique. Now, we've all seen and probably treated patients who are in the midst of panicking, probably either in surgery or back in our hospital days, and you try and get them to calm down, and you try and tell them, my colleagues tell them, what do you got to do? Just breathe. So what might they do? Have you ever seen anybody who will get in a more relaxed state from doing that? No, they will not. What are they doing? They're hyperventilating. They're getting too much oxygen into the lungs, and now they're going to run into other problems as well. So clearly it's not just simply a matter of you ain't getting enough oxygen. So the problem is then the pattern of breathing, obviously. When you get breathed into a paper bag, they're rebreathing carbon dioxide. So again, less oxygen, better result. Now, I'm not saying that you should walk around with a paper bag all the time, but what you need to be thinking about, and what most people don't do, is breathe out longer than you breathe in. So your inhalation for, say, a count of 2, your exhalation twice as long, so a count of 4. Why should that matter? Because that activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is, guess what? The opposite of the sympathetic nervous system. So instead of being frightful and flightful, you're now feeling less frightful and far less required to flight. So just as a demonstration, just try it right now. Really, really simple technique which you can do absolutely any time, either standing up or sitting down, although I would suggest try standing up for it. So we're going to try breathe in for 2 and I breathe out for 4. And you'll find, surprisingly, it's much easier to breathe out for longer than it is to breathe in. So, ready? Deep breath. In for 2. And try again. Just do that for 30 seconds and you'll be astonished at how much your body just relaxes. Just takes the tension out from the muscles. And the important thing is that by practicing that a few times each day, maybe even once an hour, you will be astonished that you can bring back relaxation whenever you need to, because we need to be finding ways to relax more. If you do this actually while you're out walking, even better. Now you're combining oxygenation and muscle movement with relaxation. So it's win-win-win. So I recommend, as a tip for the week, focus on your breathing. Just for a couple of minutes each day, try the inhale for 2, exhale for 4, for about 30 seconds to 1 minute. The more you build up on it, then the better the effect is. And of course, we don't all have time to do lots and lots of breathing exercises during the day, but I would argue that just for a couple of minutes each hour, imagine the difference that will make for you. I hope that will leave you feeling more relaxed, more settled, and in a better condition to battle for the rest of the day. And like I say, it's simple, it's easy, and you don't have to take a single drug for it. Hope that's useful for you, and I will see you on the next video. So until then, stay happy, stay resilient. This is Dr. Mithu Rahman signing off.